Hey, it's Spence from LaunchFlows. Hope you guys are having a great day. I have a good question in the Facebook group from River. Two parts. I'm going to answer them with a tutorial today, a very quick one, but hopefully it'll be easy enough for you to follow. The first is it possible to have on a custom thank you page an alternative upsell offer based upon the product purchased, which actually is a very logical thing to do. So in other words, you buy the main product, you're taken to the thank you page. Is there a way to dynamically give you offer of product A or product B as an upsell? Yes. Second is on the order bump. The order bump widget can be used in many locations. Question is asked, what if you want to have a dynamic order bump depending on the products in the cart or checkout? Same answer. Now, there's three ways to do this. Two columns of choices. Things you can do without tags and things you can do with tags. And the tags I'm referring to would be tags that you give to a user because you're using our outstanding WPFusion plugin and you want to email somebody or follow up with them later. Things without tags would be with LaunchFlows natively or any of the other dynamic condition plugins that we've integrated with, including If So, Automate Woo, there's Automate WP and so forth, Dynamic Woo. There's lots of them out there, but I'm going to show you today If So because it's just got the most easy integration, as well as one of the other features of LaunchFlows called your Dynamic Backup Offer. So let's get started. I have put together a really basic thank you page template. Now, for answer number one, the question is you've already presumably bought the product. Here I've put in place our thank you widget, which gives you all the components to display whatever you want to somebody as far as the details of their order. Down below, you have two buttons. So in answer to your first question, how can I offer either product A or product B? Ask yourself, is it important to you to know in the future for follow-up emails whether somebody bought product A or product B right now? If the answer is yes, then I recommend you use tags with WPFusion to decide whether or not to show product A or B. And that's really simple to do. You simply have two different, probably identical in other ways, Elementor components. It could be a button or it could be some visual element. For either one of these, you're going to display them based upon whether somebody has bought this product or that product and received a tag for the same. So when we set up a product in WooCommerce, we can configure it with LaunchFlows to do a variety of things. But when you're using WPFusion, you can also give it a tag. So in this case, let's say the product we want to know you bought in order to get the upsell of product A is the Nico product, okay? By buying this product, somebody will get a tag called Purchased Nico Product. All I need to do is to set the matching expectation on which of these buttons to show up using the reciprocal WPFusion. So if I go to this product A and I go under the Advanced tab of the button widget, I scroll to WPFusion, and here, sorry for my bouncing around. Here, I say visibility. This will be for logged in users only. And I will say that this should only be shown if somebody has any or all of the following tags. In this case, any is fine because there's only one of them. You need to have the Nico tag in order to see this button. Reciprocally, I would have to come up with another product that I would be needing to buy in order to see the alternative, right? So if I look at my other products, I would, let's just pick one, it doesn't matter. Let's say the Teams Upsell product, okay? If I want to show the upsell offer linked to product B, I need to set up the other product to say, well, actually I got a tag here. If you buy this product, you will have received the Team Upsell product. So let's make that the requirement under Advanced for seeing the upsell offer B. Hidden, any tag, purchased upsell, I have to get the syntax here, purchased Team Upsell product. Okay, so what I'm doing here is essentially saying In order to see this offer for product B, you will have had to purchase and have a tag of the upsell product, the team. If you want to get the offer A product link, you need to have the tag of purchase the Nico product. Really pretty simple. The benefit is that those tags will also be synchronized to the user who bought them and sent to the CRM, so you can do follow-up marketing as well. Let's say they actually are presented either the A product or the B product, but they don't buy it. Well, then you can use the abandoned cart feature, and you can use that to send back an automated tag that says do something on the website, like put a banner in the sales funnel that says, hey, why don't you buy this thing or that thing? Okay, that's one way to do it. And by the way, I should mention, if you don't want to, right now, it's possible somebody might have bought both products and they'll see both offers. If you want to exclude the other offers, all you need to do is put in the reciprocal do not. So in other words, put the team upsell tag here, purchased team upsell product. And that way, if somebody has the upsell product, they won't see this same button. They will only see it if they haven't gotten it yet. It's a way to make sure that you've associated a button with either or, but not possibly showing both buttons at the same time. Now let's talk about a way to do this that is not requiring you to use tags, but is local. One way to do it is with the dynamic backup offer of LaunchFlows. Now this is located in our documentation. It's not complicated. But essentially what we're doing is similar, except we're going to use categories. This allows you to set a category on your product right over here that allows one product to be your dynamic product and one of them to be your backup offer. And the directions on this are here for you to review. To be quite fair, if you want to just work natively in LaunchFlows, this is a really simple method to use. What happens is, if somebody already has that product in the cart, then it will not show the original offer and instead will replace it with your alternative. So it sets up very similar to what I just showed you with the tags, except it uses categories and it senses whether the primary offer is in the cart. Now it doesn't know if you've bought it already, so if it's something they've previously bought, then use tags. The third way to do, and I'm just being short about this because the directions and the instructions are here and I think you'll be able to follow it. Look for dynamic backup offer. The third way is through one of the other amazing automation widgets that work with WooCommerce that do conditionals. And I'm going to show you if so. Now, the important thing to remember is, ask yourself the question, do I need to know this information only in the process of the sales funnel, or do I need to have these tags for future marketing automation? If you need the tags for future automation, just default to using WPFusion, and you can use that throughout each step of your sales funnel. If not, and this is just a throwaway question, right now at this moment, do you have something and I need to show you something else? Or right now at this moment, is something in the cart and I want to show you something else? Then these products like If So are amazing. So with If So, what I've done is I'm creating a new trigger. And in this particular case, I'm using dynamic content A versus B. I'm using one that I'm creating called Thank You Page Dynamic Upsell. I am using the selector right now of WooCommerce product in the cart, but you could just as well switch it over to product purchased. It would work the same way. So I've got both your first and second questions covered. In the cart versus already purchased. When I do it as an in the cart, I say product in the cart is, and then I choose a product. So in this case, I can go through any of my existing products. Let's say I just choose arbitrarily. Do they have the $299 product in the cart? This is an easy way with the nice interface of achieving the same thing as the dynamic backup offer. And it's, I believe, available, I think, for anybody to try out for 14 days, if not in their free product. You'll have to check the pricing, but well worth it. It's a very powerful tool. So now what we're going to do is say, what content will they see? Well, of course I could just type in here and use the editor, but instead I'm going to use a trick with Elementor. With Elementor, I've simply gone ahead and created two different templates. I went into Elementor and I used just an ordinary section template. Not a full page. I created product A and product B. And product A is just what you saw on the other page. It is the same button that I created with Elementor, and it has a link to the offer of the product A. It looks like this as soon as this loads. When I'm doing my recording on Zoom, sometimes Elementor and my test server are a little slow. There we go. So I've just got a button here, and the button is set up with a link using my LaunchFlows direct to checkout link. So inside of any product, when you set it up with LaunchFlows, you have your direct checkout link right here, which contains all the DNA that the product needs to go immediately to a checkout. Or you could alternatively have just the destination page that's always in the cart checkout. Either way will work. If you do the one or the other, you can also add the LaunchFlows one-click instant checkout. So that means that you won't even need to have the person interact with the page. You could just click the button, boom, it automatically checks them out. Either way, this button has its own template because I've saved it as a template inside of Elementor, and I can just use the shortcode for product A or product B as the dynamic condition. So if I go back one step here, let's go get the templates. If you have Elementor Pro, these will display on the Save Templates page. If you don't, it's okay. LaunchFlows will give you the underlying logic. Just use the same syntax. Elementor-template space ID equals, and then whichever one you're talking. So here I would take the template for the product A button, and I will just simply put it into my dynamic if so setup. So I'm going to go ahead and paste this, and then I'll do the same thing for the product B, except this time I'm going to put it into the alternative B. So essentially I've got a choice here that says, look, if this product of the $2.99 course is in the checkout cart, just show them this offer for product A. If not, show them the offer of product B. When I publish this, I can now either use the short code that they give me, and as soon as this saves, I can either use the short code here, or I've already got inside of my thank you page these two setups. Let's get rid of these. Let's just use the if so Elementor widget, which is located when I type in if so, and it will give me a drop-down choice to choose from. Let me save it, refresh the page so it knows that it's there, and I will choose from one of those existing ones that I just made. I think my site is slightly slower today for two reasons. One, because I'm recording onto Loom, and the second is because I've got my kids in class today. I'm going to use the thank you page dynamic upsell, and this explains to me, what's going on, and I can sort of preview the choice. Okay, see how it's switching from A to B, right? That's what it's going to show. I can edit it. Really handy. I save that, and now I'm done. Now, I can also have a fallback of choice C or something else, but essentially that's all that one needs to cover the situation. Now, if you can imagine, we can do the exact same thing with a dynamic order bump, except instead of using a thank you button, we'll just do a checkout page, and we would on the checkout page use our bump widget. So type in LaunchFlows order bump, and in this case, actually, no, what I would do is I would put the order bump inside of the trigger. So I would do the same trigger if you wanted to do the easy way of doing it like based upon what's in the cart. And I would do it the other way if you wanted to do it with regard to tags. So if we went back in time and we said, like, let's do it with the bump. Remember how I had the first two buttons? Just do the same thing as before, where this is your first product. Maybe it's 39657. Here I might actually just present the product itself and so forth. That's me. And just use tags. So for example, to show this offer as a bump, I go to WPFusion and I say hidden unless you're logged in, because you've obviously bought something. And you need to have a tag here of, let's say, purchase Nico product in order to see that. I would do my second order bump and do the same tag like team upsell product. So that's how we do it. It's not a lot of steps when you think about it, but it's really simple. Once you get your head around it, you can go very fast. It's just a question of ask yourself, do I want and need to tag the person's behavior for future marketing, or is it just something happening in the moment? In which case, yes, while you can use some of the built-in stuff with conditionals inside of LaunchFlows, try using one of the other plugins like Upsell that are built with really nice interfaces all about conditional marketing for WooCommerce. And they all work together in perfect harmony, supplementing each other with the things they need to make a really simple stack of stuff. I hope this answers your question. I'll see you on the next video.